Hello, all my lovelies. Welcome to June. We've officially made it to halfway mark of 2020. Good news is that it's looking to kind of step up here in the quality of life department within June and July. So for most of you, I know that is a really, actually I think for everybody, that's a very exciting piece of news. I am sure prepared and ready for some changes to take place. It's been a pretty interesting 6 months, but this particular reading is going to be focusing around the summer solstice and what that's going to bring in for you, as well as I want to review how it's going to affect you overall, the main goals that you need to be aware of and focusing on, as well as how it's going to affect your love and your money. Now, it's been an interesting energy. A lot of people have been having trouble with all sorts of uncomfortable things when it comes to this last new moon. There's a lot of release with energy. There's been some communication challenges, whether that's your own words coming out. I have been struggling with getting like sentences out recently. And there's also been a lot of emotional closures, a lot of movement towards unfamiliar territory and really kind of building yourself up to be able to deal with those situations in a different way, being tested to not go in a cycle from the past but to grow into something new. And there has also been some issues with closing ends that need to be closed and some addiction problems. A lot of people have been drinking a little bit more, trying to release some of those addictions, a lot more mental thought on your health and what you're bringing into your body. All of those types of self-awareness type aspects are really being focused on through May and into June. So we've also got things developing in a very positive route. Okay, so all that might be a little bit more daunting, but on the positive side, things that you've been planting seeds with, whether there's just been mentally, you've been manifesting, or you've been waiting for things to just kind of develop and roll forward, June and July starts to take place with all of that. June's more prepping, and July is really more of an initiation month from what I've seen doing readings for others when we look forward in the future a little bit. It's been very consistent. So we're going to take a look at those aspects. I hope all of you have been doing very well, and if you are interested in looking at your personal situation, let me know. All my information is down below. I have a 50% off sale going on right now. All of my information about the manifestation class is down there, as well as how to book a reading. Okay, so general reading, guys, take what fits and leave the rest. Let's take a look at how things are going for you. All right, let's start with self here. So we've got nice Justice and the Nine of Cups. So we've got some karmic things that are taking place out of all the hard work you guys have been putting out of all the patience and the healing and all the finally got some stuff coming around that just makes some fucking sense, because I'm a Capricorn and I was like, what the hell is going on in life for the last like 6, 7, 8 months? We've been progressing, but there's been some shifts that were like, wait, I thought I was like really solid and clear on what I was going to do there, but then there was a shift. And then, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but for me, it's like an urgency to do certain things. I like get it all done and rushed, and then there's a stopping point. But then a new project will take place, and somehow down the line they'll intertwine and like reestablish and initiate together for the completion. It's a very weird and a specific example, but that's how complicated but yet synchronized some of these situations have been. So I've been like, okay, forget it, go with the flow, work harder, no, don't do that. Work smarter than harder, and the best thing that you can do is just allow yourself to not get in your own way. Easier said than done, but that's where it's been at. So we've got the ability to you just kind of set yourself. You set your goals pretty clearly. You've been straightforward with your desires. You have really at some point you guys just kind of gave it all you got. You were like, this is what I want and nothing more, nothing less. That's what I'm getting. And then it started to kind of roll in. If for those of you who have been connected and seen some positive progressions, it has been rolling out really nicely. All right. This does have to do with things that affect your emotions and with communication. So I see new endeavors taking place that make you very excited, very happy. Lots of kind of, flirty or butterfly energy that's just exciting. You've got lots of communication with friends, family, business. You've just got lots of stuff going on. I can also see that it might actually be a little bit difficult. This came out in the reverse. There could be people around you that are a little bit are struggling a little bit with your ability to balance everything emotional wise. Okay, so you could be stretching yourself a little bit thin there, even though you're feeling so amazing. So just make sure you're balancing things accordingly. All right, suggested action. On top of, in addition to that, we've got the 8 of Swords. So I'm feeling like you guys have some situations that create some temporary difficulties. And if that is anxious for you because that's not expected, or you don't have like that instant, resolve for it, just go with the flow with that situation. For example, the other day I had a situation where I was like, I don't know how to respond to this. I don't know what to do or what to say or how it's going to turn out. And my intuition kept telling me, just give it a couple days and you will have an answer. Just give it a couple days and you just stop stressing on it. And I did. I was like, okay, shit, I'll just wait. And it was maybe a day. Yeah, I guess it was 2 days. And I knew everything I needed to know. And I really could have fucked some shit up if I had just gone with it. If I had just been like, I'm going with my emotions. We're just going that route now. So what I did instead is I actually emailed myself all of the issues I had about the situation. I gave it a few days, and then I was able to constructively apply what I had a problem with without the emotions into a very constructive way. Yeah. So I would recommend just allowing the natural course of action to take place. You don't want to create further delays. You want to create a successful long-term opportunity, but you're going to have moments where shit's going to come into your world where you're going to have to stand your ground and speak your truth. And that's where that anxiety is kind of coming into play, though. It's because of that is a little bit it's uncomfortable territory. So it's there for a reason. It's there to help you grow. It's there to help build this relationship and this energy and connection even more. Okay. So in love, let's take a look here. We've got the 10 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. Okay, we've got that kind of in the reverse here. So you guys, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to slow down. But so I get the feeling like there's going to be kind of this up and down energy. Okay, let's confirm what that 8 of Wands in reverse is. We've also got the Hangman here. So I'm feeling like this is about surrendering to something ultimately happy for you. For some of you, it's hard because you're like, well, it's almost like you stop happiness from happening for yourself because it might be too good to be true. Or there could be trust issues or past traumas. But that's what this new moon was about. It was about releasing all of that so that you can have a very clear mind moving forward. There's a beautiful thing happening here. Somebody's coming your way. You've established a connection. You're getting ready to establish a connection. And once that happens, things are going to slow down because there's going to be like a natural surrendering to each other. That's what that means. There's not going to be a slowdown in the way of things are going to separate. It's like things just make sense. And you don't need to stress about any kind of dilemma or anything coming in that can hurt the situation. Okay, because it's about having a spiritual awakening. Yes. Wow. For a lot of you, this is the person that you're going to be with for a long time. It's something that you just karmically have been waiting for a very, very long time, and it took quite a while of a healing process before you were ready to maintain this. And it was about the time, like I've been telling you guys, about the time you were like, it's whatever, I'm good. That's when it happens. Really happy energy, though, you guys. Really happy energy. Suggested action. Don't let your fear of emotional past bring any kind of trouble to where you're at now. Because if you create any unnecessary conflicts because of, what am I trying to get at here? I'm seeing just don't question yourself from these cards here. Don't question yourself. It's going to create more delays than is necessary. You don't want to set back because you just question things. Just go with the flow. There could be a little something that comes in that you have to discern through. I am picking that up. But don't let it be a ruiner. Just allow yourself to be able to push through it like a boss. Right? That's the best suggested action I can take on that. I can give you on that one. Alright. Okay, you got two things going on, Caps. Okay, some of you have two people that's going on in your life. You've got someone you're cutting out because it's absolutely toxic and it's old energy and it's something that needs to take place. And I don't think this is necessarily stopping you from moving forward, but it's going to have to happen at some point. So you're kind of disconnecting from an old energy. And you've got another energy that wants so badly to make sure they don't fuck up, that they are they're doing everything they can to make sure you feel absolutely 100% perfect. Like, empower, you're amazing, you got it all, you are the one. I'm not here to fuck anything up. And they are making very sure that they are speaking in a place to make sure that they're not misleading you. Because that's like obviously a really big piece here, is that there's been some distrust in the past, maybe between one or both of you. And they're making very sure that they are giving you all of the pieces that are necessary so that you see their intentions clearly. Wow, for it to come out like that. I mean, it's obviously a big deal to you or to them or somebody, enough to where that's actually the main part that's driving this into something solid, because it's all out on the table and it's respected. So everything is headed, you're walking away from the one situation and heading towards to go to a new one. And the new one is all kinds of flirty, and it's very light, in the soul department. There's no heaviness, there's no karmic injustices or, intense things that need to take place, or healing that needs to go on, all of that. It's just very light energy, very fun. I like it. All right, now with money here. All right, we've got the Five of Pentacles and the Hierophant, as well as the Four of Pentacles. So money is maybe not, it's not as structured as I think that you like it to be, but it's in a place where you have more things coming your way than you're used to. Let's put it that way, okay? You could have some conflictions in relationships with certain types of work because you're pursuing other things right now, but you're being you're taken care of either way. You've got solid connections when it comes to money spiritually. The universe is taking care of you, depending on your attitude with that, and you're getting enough of what you need and some. So this is a moment to just kind of chill, relax, and allow yourself to just enjoy this gift that's coming in towards you, and try to maintain it, okay? Suggested action. Try to maintain it. It's the best way I can say. Try not to bend everything, and try to find a way to have that security financially, as opposed to putting it into all these different places, okay? I know that's fun at first, but you want to make sure you have a little nest egg if you can. All right. All right, Cappy, let's get one for self, for love, and for money. Self, responsibility. You're aware that the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So, responsibility with self. So this is also having to do with taking responsibility to put your energies equally into the right places, whether it's family, friends, self, relationships, whatever. Balancing it out, because you feel on top of your game when you have the balance in all the areas you feel you need to be responsible in. So make sure you got that covered. When it comes to love, vision, no matter what, you see the bigger picture of a loving and just universe. You got to a position where you're like, if it's meant to be, it will be. I'm feeling comfortable and confident with where things are going. I'm solid with myself. And then you got the delivery of the vision you ultimately wanted. And in money, you're learning to develop the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. So discernment, discerning spending your money, saving your money, what to spend it on. You know, why these things are happening to help you get ahead in some other areas, but it is a slight test to make sure you're applying yourself properly in that area as well, okay? If you guys need to take care of your questions personally and you want to look into them a little bit deeper, let me know. All my information about booking a session is down below. Otherwise, have a great month. Much love to you guys.